Hey, I'm Rhett.
I'm Philip.
And this is Charlie Hunter. If you're not familiar with Charlie Hunter, he is an amazing musician, arguably one of the greatest alive today, and he does something pretty unique, which is playing bass and guitar simultaneously. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at his playing and a little bit about his approach. But before we do that, a quick plug. Philip and I are launching a brand new video course today. Link is in the description box down below. It's a bass course for guitar players, but more on that later. Let's jump in to the first example. Dude, okay, if you were just listening to it, if you didn't see the video, you would not know that there's no bass player and guitar player. It's the same guy. He's playing bass, the right bass line for this vamp, for this groove, and then comping guitar lines and improvising lead lines all at the same time.
Yeah, I think the improvisational thing is the most impressive to me because it's like you could figure out how to do some kind of crazy thing and practice it enough, but the fact that he's able to improvise and think in like three layers at the same time, like the bass line and the chords and the melody.
Yeah, and the time feel is there on both. Like the time feel, the pocket is there with the bass, and the way he's outlining and playing off of the drummer, it is a bass player. It's like what you would want a bass player to do. If you watch the right hand, it's mind-blowing too, because unlike, a fingerstyle guitar player, he's not just using his first 2 or 3 fingers. The thumb is doing all the bass.
Yeah, it seems like his thumb and maybe a little bit of the index, but mostly the thumb is the bass player.
Like every time the camera cuts away from him, you just sort of forget that there's just, it's one guy doing both.
Yeah, and I think for me what's cool especially about it is it's not like a gimmick or like a look what I can do thing. It's like a very like mature, expressive thing.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, there's like a long tradition of like self-accompanying on guitar.
Yeah, if you follow him on Instagram, which I would highly recommend, he's an excellent follow because he doesn't just do this on Instagram. He does a lot of like traditional sort of 1920s, 30s, and early 40s American sort of blues guitar tradition stuff.
Yeah.
But he's taken that to a completely different space. And I think you're right. Sometimes things like this can become gimmicky. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, look, I can do both of these things simultaneously.
Yeah, look how impressive I am. This is like really expressive, really thoughtful. And it's cool because the technology is kind of a part of that. But he's got like a bass pickup for some of the strings.
Yeah. And
then he's splitting the signal to different amplifiers, it seems.
And so, yeah, he's got a bass pickup in the middle here that's picking up the low-end strings with an output going to a bass amp, and then a guitar pickup or a pair of guitar pickups going through a separate output to a guitar amp. And he's using both. And I saw him live last year with Nate Smith and Kurt Elling, and it was unbelievable sitting in the room and hearing it live. It wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't like athletic or trying to be a flex. It was musical. Now, before we move on to the next example, we want to plug our new video course, The Bass Guitar Survival Guide. It's launching today.
So this course is designed for a guitar player that's interested in bass, but maybe not sure how to take the next step and actually start playing like a bass player, not like a guitar player that's holding a bass.
Yeah.
There is a difference. We're going to show you what you need to know to start playing bass and to do it in a cool way.
Yeah, I started playing bass in 2015, and it immediately made me a better, more well-rounded guitar player and musician. So if you want more information, link is down below. And we're doing a special 50% off discount because this is the official launch. It'll never be this discounted ever again. Thanks for checking it out, and let's get back to Charlie Hunter. This is like a perfect example. That is some pocket bass playing.
He's an amazing bass player. He's grooving. He's super funky. He's doing interesting chord tone things with his lines. And he's like really locked in with this drummer, Bobby. They're really intensely listening and responding to what each other are doing, which I think is one of the most important things about being a bass player, is really listening and locking with the drummer. That's one of the things I'm most impressed with.
Yeah, it's amazing. And from the guitar perspective, like, it's a blues in D. It's just a kind of straight ahead 12-bar progression, but he's doing... It takes all my brain power just to do the guitar comping, like, and I'm still not playing it as well as he is, while also doing the bass lines and the comping and in the pocket and playing off of Bobby's drumming. It's interesting because if you really focus on like what the drummer is doing, Bobby Previtt, there's these little elements that are happening between the syncopation of the right hand versus, the hi-hat going to the right and the kick changes and everything.
Yeah.
And Charlie's picking up on all of those with his thumb. Like, it's almost like the thumb is following, the kick pattern and the basis of the groove, but then his fingers, the guitar section, seems to be following like what Bobby is doing in the right hand between the ride, the crash, and the hat.
And also, I should say, with the bass lines that he's doing, he's not phoning anything in. He's not playing the same thing over and over. He's being creative with the note choices and changing up little variations, which is really impressive that he's doing that while he's also improvising with guitar.
Well, it's all improvised. Like, he's improvising. This is a rhythm track. And actually, I believe they released these as backing tracks. I'll try and find a link and link it below. If you split him into two people, you would have an incredible bass player on their own and an incredible guitar player on their own. But he's doing everything at the same time.
Yeah, in a creative and cool way. It's like listening to a really good like organ player or like piano player. Like
what he's doing, like the left hand would be doing on the low end of the organ. And then his right hand, not just the chord choices, but the rhythm of how he's comping the chords.
Super cool example. That's insane.
Oh my god. Okay, this is such a cool video because like they really get in there on the fretboard and in his right hand, so you can really figure out what he's doing. I don't know what's going on in his brain where he can just think about keeping that bass line going. I mean, his fingers almost switching roles mid phrase from like sometimes his second or third finger would be playing a bass line and then move to the guitar to play melody line, then go back to playing bass.
Yeah, I don't know how his brain assigns which finger to which role in the ensemble, because it's like in any given moment he's doing a lot of this where he's like shifting his fingers to what's doing the root while he's like doing something crazy up above. And the other thing that's wild about it to me is that there's no latency and all that processing that in his brain where it's like he's not dropping the groove. Like that steady rhythm is just so consistent and fluid even while he's doing all of this thinking.
Yeah, this is true virtuosity, but it's still musical. He does it in service of whatever situation he's in and whatever song he's playing on. Like in this situation, yeah, the song calls for just this incredibly athletic, impressive performance, and so he does that. But then I've seen him live where the song calls for him to just groove, and he does that. He always, every time I've seen Charlie Hunter play on video or in person, he's always just serving the song, and I love that. I'm a huge fan. If you've not heard of Charlie Hunter or his music, we'll have links in the description box down below to all of his stuff. He travels. He goes out and plays a lot. He's on tour. He plays with a variety of different artists. He's probably coming through a town near you at some point soon, and if he does, you should absolutely go see him play with whatever group he is a part of, because it is truly mind-blowing. I'll also have links to Philip's channel down in the description box below, as well as links to our new video course, the Bass Guitar Survival Guide, if you're interested in that. It's a great way to support the channel. Also, go follow Charlie Hunter on Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, and show him some support. My name is Rhett. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.